Hey everyone, this is a video review for the Complete Character Chronicles for Pathfinder 2nd Edition made by Beadle and Grimms.
So John over at Beadles and Grimm reached out and was kind enough to send us the Cleric and the Fighter Chronicles to review. I know. So let's dive right into these. This is for a single character. I think that is very important to mention right off the bat. And it's going to have everything that you are going to need for the specific class that it is made for. So it's going to have everything from the core rules as well as the advanced player's guide.
So you're taking these two books and everything you need for that class and character already right in there for you.
One thing to note, you will need to reference the core rules and advanced player guide for things such as background, ancestry, and race, but there are spots to write in all of these feats and abilities. And also space to take notes.
Yeah.
Now, while it looks like it's slightly smaller than the core rule book, it's actually is lighter than the core rule book, more so than just the 3/4 size. And I think that's because this really nice kind of faux leather binding is actually fairly lightweight, but it still feels sturdy. Like I can throw this in a bag and I'm not going to worry about it getting bent or anything like that.
And a good chunk of the size in the back is because there's a pocket here that has a whiteboard that we'll talk about in a second. So that's where some of that size is coming from.
So this is only $40, which might seem a little pricey for a single character journal, but I think once you actually get into it, it's actually a really good price for what you get because it's got all of the rules in there. It's got all the space for your character as well as notes. And it's just a really good quality product. Like I was a little surprised when I saw it was $40. I was expecting it to be a little bit more expensive.
I think especially you know that you're going into a long running campaign, or if you're a streamer and your campaign is a part of your livelihood, or you have a really, really special character, then that's definitely going to be what you would want to pick one of these up for. Absolutely. A Pathfinder Society character that you use a lot is a great contender for one of these books. And one of the sections is actually where you can go through and record all of that important information from every session of a Pathfinder Society game that you play. So over at B&G, they already thought of that ahead of time.
This opens and lays pretty much flat, and because there isn't the ring bindings or stuff like that, it's comfortable to write on both sides. And just looking at the binding method, I think it's going to hold up, so you're not going to be losing pages anytime soon.
And they have two different bookmarks that are apart. That are built into that binding, which is really great. So if you have a section that you know that you're going to reference a whole lot, you can have those two different sections with the bookmarks as well as, the cool little elastic to keep it closed in your bag and also to just hold open your spell page or your items or your feats or something like that you use a lot. So it cuts down on that flipping back and forth and, oh gosh, let me find where this is, on top of the fact that it's a character sheet and character journal where you've got all of that information written in one spot to reference anyway.
Now let's get into what's actually inside it. There is a great character section that has everything that you are going to find on the character sheet, plus some additional things. I like that in this section is where they have a spot for listing out important locations and NPCs, a quest list so you can keep track of that. I really, really like that there's a birth certificate and a death certificate. At the very front is a birth certificate, at the end is a death certificate. I think I might start doing that for all my characters.
It's really fun. And each one of these, we have two of them. We can only assume that all 5 of the classes that are available now, probably more to come soon, the book is slightly different. So for this one, for the fighter's book, because as a fighter, I'm probably going to be using a whole lot of different types of equipment and armor and all that kind of fun stuff. This has an equipment section with all of these fun items from the player's handbook and the advanced player's handbook, and it's presented like an old mail order catalog.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of really fun personality to that, whereas the cleric's book has all of the different spells that would be sort of in your holy book or something like that.
And as opposed to being the mail order catalog, there are some fun little inserts of illustrations or little quotes from different deities or holy figures.
Yeah, so the books are customized across the board so that it really feels like it belongs to that character in that class.
Throughout the book, there are great illustrations. Some of these are from the other Pathfinder books, but there are a number that are in here that I have not seen before. They still fall within the kind of Pathfinder aesthetic as far as the art goes. Even in the journal section, there are little sketches or stained glass windows in the cleric section that just bring the book a little bit. It makes it a little bit more special.
This book combines a lot of things that you might have in a lot of different areas. Your character sheet, all of your feats, your quests, your items, all of that fun stuff. Plus, there are a lot of pages for the journaling in this, for you to take your notes and know what it is that you're doing. I mean, while it might seem like it's a little thick, this is much less space and weight than a binder or a folder full of all of the information, plus the core, plus an advanced guide that you might have to bring with you.
Mm-hmm. And you're not going to be losing stuff because it's all in one book. You don't have loose character sheet pages floating around.
And I feel like I'd be really proud to pull this out at the table, either with friends or with other people that I kind of know, maybe don't know, at a Pathfinder Society game. It just feels cool, and it's a book that I'm proud to have in my hands.
In the back of the book is a pocket with a dry erase board, and these are also customized to the class. So the cleric is much more focused on your spells, while the fighter is much more focused on the attacks and feat. And I like that these are dry erase, so you can really easily fill these in, keep whatever notes you need, keep track of your hit points, and it's going to wipe off really easily. And dry or wet erase, I feel like, is going to work well on this.
The other side of the battle board is a lot of your rules references. So this is really quick to just take a look at what you can spend your hero points on, what different skill actions it are, what happens with death and dying. I really like the fact that there's a bunch of different all of the different conditions are on here. And so for me, that's something where if I know that I have fatigued or I'm frightened, I can just take my dry erase marker and circle that. And as long as I see that it's circled on there, I know that that's happening to me. And I don't have to worry about little rings or milk container things that I'm putting on top of my mini or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice that they made both sides that same dry erase material. A big thanks to all of our patrons, especially Sean. If you want to help support our channel, you can head on over to patreon.com/rollforinitiative and check out the perks of being a patron. Currently, there are only 5 available: the Cleric, Druid, Rogue, Fighter, and Wizard. I'm hoping that they're going to add a few more of kind of the core classes, but I think those were the most popular to start with. And it's available for pre-order now and should be shipping out fairly soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So is this the kind of book that you've been looking for? Is this something that you think you might pick up for yourself or for somebody, one of your players or somebody special?
Ooh, it would make a really nice gift.
Yeah, really, really great gift. So yeah, huge thanks to Beadle Grimm for sending it to us. It's really awesome. I'm not currently in a Pathfinder game, and it makes me want to find one.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe because we make videos here every week all about tabletop RPGs and our other geeky interests. Yeah. All right, well, I'm Dawn.
And I'm Ryan, and until next time, we're Roll for Initiative.
Bye.
Bye.
It's a hat. It's a good hat. Actually balances.